Hi, my name is Sarah. Today is, March 12th, 2020, and I just wanted to give a little bit of background because I realized that there are some really crazy things going on right now, and I wanted to sort of record a diary for posterity so that people can be aware of some of the absolutely life-changing events that are happening in the world right now. Let me preface this by saying that I started watching the news in early January. I mean, it's not that I started watching the news. I watch the news regularly, just mainstream media. My favorite is Lester Holt and the NBC Nightly News. I always felt like he was a pretty straight shooter and would tell it like it is without too much spin. Um, I started realizing Lester was giving some numbers for this new novel virus that was identified and being watched in um, China, in the Wuhan area, in the Hubei province. And I started seeing numbers of people that were being um, confirmed as being diagnosed with this virus. And it started with like tiny little numbers, and then there were more, and then there were more, and then they started talking about deaths. And at some point in time, I started doing some research online and realizing that, wow, this has the potential to be huge because this really appears to be exponential growth. Every certain number of days, and it seemed to be sort of varying a bit, but it was exponential. And I don't think I had ever thought that something like that could happen. And I was a little concerned and hoped that China could get a handle on it. And then shortly after that, China put uh, Wuhan and the Hubei province basically onto lockdown, and then eventually extended it to um, basically to a certain extent to the whole country. And that made me feel better. And I was really hoping that it wouldn't get exported. And then, of course, shortly after that, we started seeing it pop up in various places, whether it was just, a case in South Korea, or a single case in the United States here, or a single case in France there. Um, but we did start realizing that it was being exported, and I was incredibly concerned that this get quarantined, that each case get found and traced back to all the contact tracing done. And I really had high hopes that the world was going to really jump on this right away. And I was awfully concerned when the World Health Organization, um, at some point early in was it January 24th or something, that they didn't proclaim it as a epidemic of worldwide concern. I went, oh crap. I mean, they really need to do that because people need to be aware that this is something of worldwide concern. Um, but I kept following it, and they did eventually declare that it was, of worldwide concern. But of course, they didn't declare it a pandemic. But I followed watching it over a period of time and really started realizing that, wow, we need to do some preparation ahead of time. And people were laughing about it and saying, ho, 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 oh, I've got the coronavirus. Like, oh my gosh, people, you might want to take this seriously because it really appears to me that we have pandemic potential here. So, finding things online, doing some research, doing some prep work ahead of time, and stocking up on things that I needed to have here at home to be prepared, and got that all done late January, early February. I mean, I have never been a prepper. It's not like I have, a bug out bag, as I guess they're called. I mean, nothing like that. I mean, I just honestly am honestly kind of a regular person that works a regular job and just realized that I was witnessing numbers on the nightly news that appeared to me to be exponential. And I grasp the concept of exponential growth, unlike a lot of people, I think. Unlike a lot of people, perhaps in my country's government administration. Um, so I'm doing this because I want a journal of what's happening. And this is just sort of my background. I will do some catching up on some of the things that have gone on more recently. This is just my first, and I hope to make this reasonably regular. And until I'm back and I give you the next update, stay well and good luck to all of you.